But this interaction has to be targeted. So targeting will both. Now, not only for the faculty, but look at the scenario of the whole country, the students. As for example, if you go to any state in any region, you will find that a large number of students, the whole education system has been highly skewed towards one stream, that is arts. So if you go to a college like Assam, and I was also the secondary higher education, a large number of students, in all of the country, you get hardly 100 students taking science education. And just on left and on the right, and the commerce students, large number in art. Our focus is mainly on the art, the science students, and hardly few of them will go for that. This is a what's called honors course. The large percentage is going this, but taking part in the art stream is very, very important. And we normally forget that. But some skewing in the system is always acceptable. But it's a highly skewed system we're trying. So let us look around. What is this? If you think of higher innovation in the higher education, linked to the secondary education, even in the primary education, students who are weak in the mathematics, and therefore they are thrown out into the arts stream, and then you forget about them. So let us do something. Right from the innovation in the higher education is linked to the innovations at the ground level. Then only you can prosper. Think about the country. Now this is a very, very important scenario that I want to say. Now what happens to the students who are actually doing the say science streams? Most of the students after 10 plus 2, they go to the, say after graduation, they go to the IIMs or they to the IITs. These students I talk in terms of the percentile. Say the students who are more than 95 percentile to 100 percentile, you find it in the best institutions of the branded one. Even the private universities and other government institutions, they are dealing with the students who are below that. Most of them, say you can say that 70 to 80 percentile students are there. Now, if you focus more on those 95 to 100 percentile students, then you forget about it. Out of these 95 to 100 percentile, most of them they leave the country. They never come back. To give all the facilities, most of them will not return to the country. But this country is a populous country. Next to China, will have to be comfortable with the students who are just above 70 percentile. So our intervention, our innovations should be focused to those students who are just at least 70 to 90 percentile. So during the course of interventions, we'll lift them up by another 10% because these are the students who are likely to stay in our country. That is definite. So this is a very, very important. Therefore, because this our university is having a link with this IIM Ahmedabad, being the mentor, I always argue with the professors of IIM and I tell you that you are doing nothing because you are getting the 99 percentile students and you are not teaching anything. Because whatever you teach, they learn, they know. But for others, there is a tremendous uphill task to teach, to bring them up. So your job is actually cut out. So therefore, let us focus on the students who are below, who are just near 70 to 80 percentile. So these students. Now, this is very, very important scenario. Therefore, you will have to say, suppose you go to a classroom. Now, if you're in a classroom, because our main stakeholders are the students. So these classrooms can be divided into 3 groups. You will always find some of the best students in the class. The second is the next layer, who are mediocre level. And the third group, they are, you can say, disabled or differently able. These 3 groups. So your intervention, your innovations, should be targeted accordingly. Now, if you give a gadget, if you give any interventions, the top groups will always pick up. In my university, we have started only undergraduate. Students come to me, they say, sir, teacher teaches, but we are unable to pick up. Even the IT programs, some students pick up very fast, very quickly, but my below students, they say, we want a teacher who can take pain in teaching us. Therefore, all interventions, all innovations should be targeted, keeping the classroom in mind and the type of target groups available here. And then next is the question is the faculty. Faculty improvement. You see, what we can do for the faculty? There are two systems. Send them for training. They will come back after 7 days, 8 days, 1 month training. But that is quite costly. But it's better that you develop a system of faculty improvement programs to bring down the faculties. Try to share your experience, how best you can give a lecture in the classroom. Is it a structured one? Is it an unstructured one? Or different one? That also depends on the type of students. So I think these are the things, because you will have to analyze the different costings. Now what kind of study that you would require? That also you have to see. Are you teaching the undergraduates? Are you teaching the postgraduate? Are you teaching the researchers? If you take the same method for the researchers, you can start anywhere. But if you are starting this undergraduate, then you have to be structured. No. So these are only some of the points that I am telling. Now we are sitting in different corners. Higher education one side, the secondary, and then also school primary education. So all these are, this has to get an approach. So because time is limited, and because I'm also the commissioner at one point of the higher education, I know the background of the university and the things. So I have no objections in putting this technology as an intervention, but not only we'll have to think about the cost, but we'll have to think from the viewpoint of the stakeholders, primarily students. With these few words, because we have to go for lunch, thank you very much.